the two roommates are having at it, trying to make more noise than each other. So hopefully you don't have to hear any of that. Probably it'll turn the game up a little bit. Okay. So this is it. This is Mario. You hear me? Do you hear Mario? Okay. I probably shouldn't be laying down doing this. I wasn't even paying it. Oh, fuck me. I wasn't even paying any attention. Let me move this around. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. There we go. Mario. Let's turn this up a little bit. Alright. Are we all good? Is it all good in the hood? I guess so. No, actually, it's a little bit off. So like I said, if you hear screaming in the back, it's because one of the roommates is blasting his TV right now, trying to cancel out the other roommate who's on the phone. They have fun like that. So anyways, we're gonna play Mario 64. There's environment sound, dude. What environment? The only environment... Oh, wait. I guess this is getting picked up. Oh, that stinks. It's very, very hot. But, guess I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay. Okay, here we are. So here, oh fuck, there he is. There he is, it's Mario, everybody. No game audio. You shouldn't me? Game audio. Oh, you're right, no game audio. There we go. There he is, it's Mario himself. So I really like this game. So this game feels very good in terms of control. Probably one of my favorite 3D platformers just because of that. Jesus Christ. Kind of wondering what all that noise is now. There's a lot of screaming coming from his room. Alright, anyways, this is it. Mario 64. Very good 3D platformer. Great 3D platformer. Here's this fucker. Yeah, I don't give a heck. Okay, so he's out of here, and we're going in. My microphone. Alright, if you wanna hear screaming in the background. Alright, so this is it. This is Mario, the real deal. Mario 64. Hopping right in. So, yeah. Cool thing about this game is that you can do pretty much anything you want. As long as what you want to do is run and jump. Controls in this game are real solid. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. Lots and lots of options for movement, which is great. Just taking my analog stick a little bit weird though, which isn't good. Only I was playing on the real deal, I guess. There's a trick you can do with these guys. It's not intentional, but if you grab one and throw it, yeah, my stick. It's way too sensitive. If you can throw these guys and catch them right as they're blowing up, the struggle I'm doing right here can actually. Oh, look at those slide. You can actually get them to act really weird. Super easy to do. At the point that I'm probably gonna give up on doing it. fun thing if you can actually do it. It's helpful too because you can slide up stuff by doing it. That wasn't close enough. Probably wasn't enough. You can actually do some shortcuts off of this if you know how. Very tricky. You gotta get good at it, which I'm not very good at it. Okay. Alright, I'm out of here. But, what happens is they grow really big when they blow up. And because they grow really big, they end up pushing you backwards because the game is handling it as a collision. And if you do that over here, you can actually slide up these walls and take it as a shortcut. That's if you can actually do this real quick. Not very good at it. I goofed it there, I caught him a long time. You need to catch him when he's blowing up. It's a fun trick. Also, you can clone items by doing it because of how weird it is. Because it thinks the bomb got deleted when it didn't, and it doesn't know what object it is anymore. Missed it. Gosh dang. Stinking it up. Oh well, let's just beat the level. Who give a heck? Someone said, doesn't matter if your game is themed, I'd still play it. No. No, you wouldn't. If you knew what it was, there was no point in doing it. Gotta wait. It's better that we wait anyways, because there's a lot that we wanted to put in. To be fair, we only had spent like a year on it. It's not that big of a deal. It's gonna take another year. I'm just not happy that I have to. I'm also not happy with the dead zone on the simulator. I'm tempted to switch over to... I don't want to switch over to Project 64, because it's a bad emulator, but the input plugin for the simulator is trash, and I can't customize my controls. Here's King... he's the... Oh, he got us. Oh. It's okay though, he don't kill you, he just throws you really far. Dude, you grab him. Then he Pokemon goes to the poles. Okay. It's kind of too easy of a fight maybe. It's the beginning of the game. Is the game too loud? Wow, sorry everybody. Like a serial killer, he's always watching somebody screaming being murdered. I didn't do it there, but a fun little trick is if you stomp right as you grab the star, you can actually just fall straight to the ground and not waste time. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see the chat. You can all calm down. What's the stream delay? I don't know. There's Koopa the Quick. He wants to do a race. I forget if he gets mad at you for taking the tree shortcut, so I'm not gonna do it. I actually don't remember. Jesus Christ, the dead zone on this thing is non-existent. This is way too sensitive. Yeah, I might actually switch the emulator. Hang on. I'm not gonna play on this one. Where is it? All this setup work for nothing. 1 second, everybody. Switching over to something that could actually, you know, do this the right way. Not have it in here. So, Mupin is actually a really good emulator. Problem is, as good of an emulator as it is, compared to like Project 64, awful input plugin. If you're using an actual N64 controller, good luck customizing it properly within Mupin. Because Mupin doesn't decide to actually pay attention to any of your inputs, and just won't let you customize it. But, you know, know, that's fine. I get to hear a fake phone from a movie. Okay, there we go.
It's me, Mario.
It's him, Mario.
Hello.
Hi. There he is, the real deal himself. Here he come, Banana Slam. It's Mario. Fine, I guess. Center it. Okay, well there we go, it's centered. Looks about right. Sure. Good enough. You're really not gonna notice my controller, huh? Okay. Is that better? Yes. Okay, here we go. Mario 64 all over again. There's Princey Peach. Did you know this is the first time she ever spoke? Because Mario never listened to her before. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. This is cameraman. I don't care about him. He just wastes my time. Listening to someone vomiting now? He said his favorite things to watch are things that make you feel uncomfortable. Meaning every day coming from his room is screaming. I guess right now it's vomiting. You okay on the sensitivity? Feels alright. Alright, let's get in there. There he is. Fuck you want. Yeah. Get in there. Then Bowser says something that I don't read. And then, oh, we're in. Mario 64. Thank you, Benny Boy, for your donation. Why is that name set? Was that the guy who was getting really mad about this game? Way back, I did a stream of this with Corey there, and there was some guy getting really uppity about the fact that I like how this game controls, and was saying how Galaxy is the only good 3D Mario game. Okay, if you like Galaxy, I'm not gonna fault you, but it's like, at the same time, there's nothing really wrong with how this game controls. In fact, I love all the options you have for movement. My only problem with this game is the camera. Even then, I don't hate the camera, it's just that there's really awkward angles that Nintendo decided on. But usually they work fine. Like right here, this works fine. Like, shortcut. That's the one thing I'm gonna miss just about, there we go. This feels much better on this. I'm never gonna get to see controls like this ever in a 3D Mario game again because they've been streamlining it a lot more and simplifying how those games control. It's too bad. Sunshine was the last kind of game like this. You have to give him time to also turn to face you. You don't want this fight to be too easy. I don't have anything against Galaxy though. I have nothing against those games, it's just that this is what I prefer from like a 3D platform. Especially like Mario, this is what I'd want from a 3D Mario game. I don't, Galaxy's fun and all, but it's very stripped down in terms of control. It's meant to be more straightforward. I like how many options there are for movement in this. Okay, thank you, Peach. You can shut your hole now, and I'm gonna pretend to be a baby. Can't do this in Mario Galaxy. Checkmate. Now we're gonna race the big boy. The big man with the big plan. But quick. Oh boy, here we go. It's racing time, everybody. So if you want quick movement, you do the long jump. There's a quicker way of getting up here, but I'm not gonna goof right now. Do it the way I want. But that is like my favorite thing about this game. There's a billion ways to do almost everything. The controls are so flexible, you can kind of go about this game however you want. He doesn't like that shortcut, I remember that. He hates that shortcut even. There we go. Wow, take that, you dumb idiot. I gotta wait for him. Because he's not so quick, is he? Why is he so slow? How's your weekend been? Pretty bad. I didn't want to delay the game I was working on. Look at that low-quality Mario model. I remember seeing videos where people point out the fact that there's a low-quality Mario model and how ugly it looks. But if you seriously play this on the CRT TV, you're not going to see it because it's low resolution. You're only going to see it on an emulator. Diddy Kong Racing has a really weird... I'd never noticed it. I never noticed it until I emulated it. But characters just get turned into cones with their colors painted on top. Alright, I didn't even read which one this is, so I'll just do whatever I want. Who cares? You fucker. It's fun too. I don't know what kind of made them feel like doing this, that you can surf on Koopa shells, but why not? Oh, there's that. This? Oh. I usually read donation messages after I finish streaming, but I can check it in a bit. It's because I have to open up a thing to read them. Give me. Alright, you don't get nothing from this, do you? Whoa! Got it. That's what I was talking about. Although, if you catch it on the right frame, he doesn't still blow up on you like that. If you can catch him blowing up on the right frame, he will still act like that, but he just never blows up, so you can do that permanently. But it's a tricky one to get the timing down. There we go, and we got it. So this is what I was talking about. I didn't really do it right because right now... Oh wait, he turned into the smoke particle. If you can grab him just right, he'll turn into the nearest object to you, so you can have like a Goomba in your hand. You can clone items. They don't work right, but I caught the little dust particle, so that's what I decided to turn into. I don't know how well you can see that, but there you go. It's a fun thing you can do. No real point to it, it's a bug, but you can get some use out of it. What's this guy doing? Get out. That's something I just like about the game too. That's not a positive thing about its design, that's buggy, but that is something just appealing. Even if it's not intentional, and even if it's kind of a bad thing, I guess, because the game isn't isn't solid in terms of coding, it's still fun doing stuff like that. Also, thank you Honky Donkey for $3. We get another one of these. Nope, I'm just facing the wrong way. Oh well. It's part of the reason like Ocarina of Time can be a lot of fun. There's a lot of bugs in that game you can mess around with. So I goofed that one, didn't I? Wait, I need the coin. Get out. Punch these. I got some coins for you too. Yo. This guy's my friend. He'll open the cannons. Are you one of the guys from The Best Gamers or just a friend? I wasn't in any of the videos. I helped with editing later on, and writing. I guess, like, managing everything in general. No, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a part just because... I only started doing stuff when it was streams, because... okay, well, we're not doing this! Whoa! Because, pretty much everyone done. Like, everyone was busy with their own life. That was kind of neat. I got 2 of them! Everyone was kind of busy. Wow, okay, you can do that consistently. I didn't even know that. That's kind of cool. You can blow them up early if you do that. But, most of the people from the group had just been busy with their own lives anyways, or left, or whatever, so just wanted to have people in streams, so while I was doing stuff in the back, I wasn't on streaming with them until recently. I'd help them set up streams and everything, but that was why I started streaming with them. They needed people to be there because there's only like 1 or 2 of them. By the way, these boxes are real fun. We go for a wild ride. Whoops, that's no fun. These coins are gonna get away from me. I get these. Neato. Whoops. There you go. You should get partnered on Twitch. Probably not gonna happen. I'd like to. Probably not gonna happen. I don't think I'm relevant enough. Ah, I almost got it. The easiest way to do that trick, to grab the bomb when it's exploding, is to throw it at a wall, because it'll bounce back into you. So you're already lined up and everything for it. Catching it just like this is hard. There was what I was talking about, the sliding. If you can do that reliably, you can actually slide yourself up the walls over here and use it as a shortcut. It's a nifty thing to get good at. Not intentional. It's not meant to be in the game, but it's fun. So, let's go up here now. Aiming these has always been kind of awkward. Well, I grabbed the coin. I was hoping to grab the tree along with it. I was off by just a little bit. This fucker won. Oops. There goes my coin. Oh wow. Go down here now. I missed that one, didn't I? Check this out. Who even cares that this is a slope? If you stream consistently, it probably wouldn't be very hard to get partnered. That's not true at all. Absolutely not true. You need to matter to Twitch to get partnered. Like, they actually have that on their thing. It says that, if you're really popular on YouTube and Twitter, please tell us, because if you're popular elsewhere, we'll do it for you. But if you're not, you need to have at least 1,000 viewers average every stream, and you need to stream twice a week. They have just really lofty expectations, and they want you to be a big shot. By the way, here's a shortcut. Neato. I was the one using the Twitter account for the best gamers. That was part of why I was like doing streams and everything. I was organizing stuff since everyone was always really busy. I don't even say really busy, it's just also none of them really do editing or anything, so that's why I was helping with all of that. I was managing social media. It's pretty much it. Everything outside of recording the videos themselves, like voice audio, need to be managed. So that's what I was helping with. There we go. I'm getting better at it. Not sure what I hit there. Also, I'm not really paying attention anyway. I'm just having fun goofing around. We can get it. Oh, god damn it. Stupid levels. May as well just grab a star. I don't have the wing cap, so getting 100 coins is gonna be hard. Oops. Yeah, there's like plenty of people on Twitch who get partnered on Twitch despite having barely like any followers or watchers. But one of the best gamers guys were trying to get partnered, and they were pulling in like consistently decent viewers. They have a good amount of followers. They're not huge, but they have an okay following. Which like directly said, nah, you guys aren't popular enough, so if they're not popular enough, there's no way I'm gonna get partnered. I know Mick was even trying to get partnered for the longest time on Twitch, and they kept rejecting him. Alright, so let's just chip off the womp block. You gotta chip the womp. Do one of these. One of these. And this shortcut I'm really bad about. Goofed it up pretty consistently, but there it is. Gotta goof this one. Get up here, and then Mario freaks the fuck out and falls off. Yeah, this time. Neato. Here's the big man himself. Okay. Mario's very proud of himself that he can do a backflip. Oh, whoa, they didn't do it. Come on. Advertise the stream on OnlyPlays. I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. Like I said, I'd like to be partnered, but I don't care that much about it. It's whatever. Like, I'm not gonna apply for being verified on Twitter. That I don't care about at all. Everyone's been talking about how proud they are that they got verified. I don't care about that in any way. It doesn't mean anything. I figured the point of it before was like, oh, this is the person, so if anyone's impersonating them, you know now who the real one is. I figured that was the whole point of being verified, but now it's like its own thing, and it means you look good to Twitter. You line up with their viewpoints, and it's like, who cares? Why does that matter? Why does anybody need that? Alright, so let's do another tricky dip. I know it looks like you should fall off these guys, but you don't. Up here. Oh! Jump from. You can get up there from here. Forgetting where exactly to do it. Okay, well, we're not doing it this way. Let's take the other way. Went right in. Okay, this is a snapper. Doing his own thing. Yeah, you don't need much of a following at all on Twitter to get verified. In fact, I'm seeing all these people with no following whatsoever getting verified on Twitter and then gloating about the fact that they got verified. So it really is like just a status symbol. It doesn't mean anything. I figured there was a point to it before, but people are getting unverified just because Twitter doesn't like them, even though they're like popular individuals. I mean, for fuck's sake, PewDiePie of all people ended up unverified because of a joke he made, and it's like, on one end, okay, sure, the ISIS thing, I can understand why you'd be upset he'd make a joke like that. I don't think it's really grounds for suspension, because there's actual people who are members of ISIS on Twitter that if you report them, Twitter staff won't do anything about it. But, it's also just weird because, like, that's him. You may not like that he made that joke, but that is him. That was weird. There's no reason that he needs to be unverified just because he didn't like a joke he made. Then it's like, oh, you know what, actually, fuck that guy. Everyone feel free to impersonate him, do whatever. I don't know why it's called being verified anymore. I don't know what the point of that is. It had a point way back. That was the purpose. You know that this is the real person, it's not someone impersonating them, but there's no point to it now. It really is just a status symbol. It means that Twitter likes you. So, if you're verified on Twitter, congrats. It doesn't mean anything. Look at these. This one doesn't spin as much, so it barely affects your movement, but this one spins a lot. And you can get the star if you can do a very good jump, but I'm not going to be able to do it. You can also get it from the top of the castle, you can hop down onto it, which I'm going to try to do. Although I'm probably going to goof it. Also, there's Bullet Bill, his one appearance in this game. Not a very good one either. I'm sorry, Bill, you deserve better. This is where the camera's a little bit awkward. I appreciate that it's trying to loop around this, but the angles it decides on are weird. The fact that I'm pushed over to the side like that. Alright. This is a tricky jump. In fact, I'm not gonna go for it. Let's just grab this. Oh. There we go.
Here we go!
Do you have any subscriber emotes yet? I have plenty in mind that I could make. But that's if I get partnered. If I got partnered, I'd also be doing streams more often. Where am I even going for? Hey there. There, little guy. Nothing's gonna happen. Oh, haha, stupid bitch. Ain't that funny? If you're quick enough, you can also just run up to them and hit them. You don't need to sneak. Check this out. Whoa! I missed it. It's close. Here, everyone knows this one. This one's a classic. Get this one, you, goofed it. Goofed it. Goofed it. Almost had it. Easy does it. Oh, come on. You could have grabbed that, Mario. Get it. Maybe not. I'm goofing this real hard. I don't know. This This is a classic trick though. What'd he do? I'm bad. I'm real bad. I'm stinking. Come on, Mario, get up there. Oh, isn't it? Yeah, there's more than one method of getting up there. Oh well. Just do the baby way. But yeah, that's usually how people do it, because it's one of the easier shortcuts people figure out on their own. You can just pop yourself up there. This is what they want you to do, though. They want you to shoot yourself over there, or to get up there from the top. Or you can also be a dumb idiot and shoot yourself at this thing, and then miss the angle. Whoops. So then you do that. Oh, why is there a star in there? Your only indication of that one is that it's called Blast Away the Wall. And, knows what that means. I remember when I was a kid that one confused me. Because it was called Blast Away the Wall, but you didn't know what wall or what you were exactly doing.
Here we go!
Yeah, people would figure these things out. There's a sign that tells you to jump in the paintings, but no one ever read it. People just kind of knew to jump in the painting. Yeah, I would really like to see a game with controls like this again. I mean it when I say I think this is some of the best movement you're ever going to get out of a 3D platformer. Which is weird, because this is one of the first attempts at a 3D platformer, and it just got it so right. Where's your avatar thingy originate? Hate it. Up here. Oh, hoppa! Is that the Bullet Bill shadow I just saw? Oh, I was hoping to get the right point off that. I'm not gonna do the baby way. That was close. That was close. Also, when there's that little smoke trail behind you, that's how you know you're still accelerating. I am gonna scream if I can't get this. Oh wait, don't you double jump and then do it? Oh, I'm a moron. There we go. God, I'm an idiot. I forgot about that. I forgot you're supposed to double jump and do it. Alright. How come you sometimes speak in a jokey southern accent? Because I have a really, really boring voice. And a lot of my family from Ohio sound like bumpkins. These are the squigglers. Look at them, they're so bashful, they don't want to pop right out. Got little eyelashes and everything. Oh, he dead. But he can't. Well, this one too. Never mind. Now we will. You're going. Wait, hang on. There we go. You ever play Abe's Odyssey? Yes, I did. It was, that was a favorite when I was younger. It also scared the shit out of me when I was younger. Whenever you would do giant objects on screen, that would make the screen shake and the frame rate would dip, and it was audio that was overblown. That would always scare me. I remember the pea hats in Ocarina of Time, because of how big they were, and the frame rate would drop when they started chasing you. It always scared the shit out of me. It's also just the environment in Abe's Odyssey. That game is great. But New and Tasty screwed up the look of it. What am I doing? Should head to the top. Let's scoot on up here. Oh, he doinked himself. Pick this thing over. I always like how he spins out like that. Oh, well that was stupid. Look at me. I wonder what that censored word was. What age are you? Fuck? Shit? I don't know what word that was. Oh my god, it chased me. There we go. Well, I'm not happy that the game got delayed. It's been so many years and I haven't really done too much. By this point I'd like something under my belt to really be able to show off. Oh well. What can you do? What would you do for a PS3? I'd wait in line, like everybody else. Wonder why he didn't win that contest. Yeah, that is the Bullet Bill Shadow. What is everybody talking about in the chat? See, that's one of those camera placements Nintendo set up because they don't want you to do that. Let's see if we can get up there. This is a tricky one. About the Genesis Valentine diaper shitting fetish. What? Also, who cares? Okay, we're not getting that one, are we? Did I get every red coin? I think I forgot one. This one, wasn't it? Let's go get that. Late 20s. Incorrect. Mid 20s. Go. Just stuff.
Here we go!
It's true, he said he'd throw away the cure for autism. I'll throw out the cure for autism, that dang old curse I have. Here's the owl. This is Hooter. He's alright. Mario, come on. Being a dip. There we go. So this is what they want you to do. It's your good friend the owl. How do you know there's an owl in the tree? You don't. How do you figure it out? I don't know, everyone just kinda did. You'd explore.
Here we go!
What's even left on this? I guess I got it all without even paying attention. Alright. We're gonna do this one. This is one of my least favorites. This one stinks. You can be quick about doing it, but I don't want to, because I hate this one. It's very easy to miss it if you go quick. Like that. Turn over here. That. What I'm talking about. Okay. And you get the star and kill yourself. Come on. There we go.
Here we go!
Most stars in this game are the same height, but some are a little bit higher. So you have to jump a little bit more. I think that's one of the higher up ones. Might not be. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Play the Spyro series. Yep. It was the magic of living a couple blocks away from Blockbuster. You probably played everything on every console you own.
Did you win?
No. Hey, I get the baby. What do you think of the baby?
He's alright.
What do you like about him?
That he's slow.
I like that he's fearless.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk right off. Nope, never mind.
He oh! He tricked me! He knows better. He's not suicidal. You know about this? Slide forever? No, I screwed it up. If you hit it at the right angle, you just do it forever. It's okay, we got a replacement baby. Never mind, he pushed me.
The baby's not gonna work.
Baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. It's okay, you get a free new baby.
Get a free Happy Meal. I want a Happy Meal. Let's go to McDonald's.
How far away is McDonald's?
It's across the street from the grocery store.
I only have $5. Here's the new baby. What do you think of this new baby?
That's probably the best one. Did you fall off?
I can't tell. No. But he's oh look, he slid. Now
Is he
he's
stuck now? Can you not?
He's defying gravity.
Can you not grab him?
You can grab him. You just need to get him to stop being a fucker. Come on down. Okay, well, you do you. See, here he comes.
Okay.
Clickety-clack down the track.
Gotta jump over that pit.
You see he gets hurt with you, he squashes too. Let's hurt him again. And
Stuck in the snow.
give it to the mama. And she says, that's a baby.
Oh, it's a baseball.
And there's the star. Of course, you have to. She gets really pissed off, but she gives up really quick. Oh, alright. I think she would chase you all the way to the cliff. Farewell. And she doesn't give a fuck anymore. Oh well.
Here we go!
Little penguin lost. That was the little penguin.
He's lost forever now.
That's not true. Someone will find him down there.
at the bottom of that mountain range in the distance.
Yeah. In pieces.
How long does it take to get to those mountains over there?
I don't know, they look very far away because no matter how fast you move towards them, they're always the same distance. That bugged me about Sonic Adventure 2. There's a pyramid in one of the backgrounds.
I wanted to go see the pyramid.
Yeah, it's in a skybox. Like, it's a 3D model of the pyramid, but it's in a skybox,
Yes.
so you can't actually get to it. You ever get nervous doing these slides?
I've never done one.
You never did one.
No, I never got this far.
Oh, this isn't even far. This is the beginning of the game.
I never got past Bob on Battlefield.
When did you play this? Because you didn't have it on 64.
No, it would have been at like friends' houses. I had an N64. I just had it. I had it for like a few months. I feel like did I tell you the story about how because Hey You Pikachu, like, it was the one.
Oh yeah, that was the one. That was your first game, wasn't it?
It came with Hey You Pikachu because it was the special Pikachu edition, and I got so mad at Pikachu that I threw my controller and I broke it, and so I never played an N64 game again.
You're violent. Did you say cuss words at him?
I don't remember. I would have been like what, 10? So I don't know if I knew the cuss words or not yet.
You didn't know any cuss words yet? I knew them. I was
Maybe, I don't
too
remember.
scared to say them.
I don't remember well enough.
See how aggressive this fucker is?
I'm glad that he doesn't fucking hurt you.
Oh, they push
If it
you.
were a new game, it probably would have
fucked
hurt you.
He pushes you though. I think he hurts you at the end. He smashes into a wall really hard at the end. I think if you're standing by him, he crushes you against it. Try that again. He scared me as a kid. Giant, and he goes really fast. And also you're above a... They did that a lot, where pits were just black. Always gave me a little tingle skin. The tingle.
Creepypasta about it?
Yeah, the darkness. Mario walked into his house, but everything was just black, and he was falling forever.
In his house?
Yeah, in his house. There's a room in this game where it's just a house, but it's filled with water.
Yeah, I remember with the fishes.
Yeah, see, watch this. That could have fucking murdered me. Now he's angry because he lost.
Where do all these penguins come from? Where? I guess there's penguins in the other Mario games.
Yeah.
They don't look like that, right?
No, in fact, this is probably the first time these guys showed up. They came back in Galaxy, though.
Did they?
Yeah,
No.
but they're not blue anymore.
I didn't beat Galaxy, but I don't remember them.
They're in it. They're all fuzzy.
Oh, you're right. They're there when you do when you ride the manta ray, right?
Yeah,
You have to tell me.
yeah. They're all fuzzy in that one. They don't look the same. Why do Japanese people always draw penguins blue? I've noticed that a lot.
Because it's close to black. They're kind of bluish.
They're not really blue.
They're sort of bluish. I guess it depends on the type of penguin you're looking at.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Why'd you do that?
Because you can just skip right down there. I moved it. Also, thank you whoever donated. I'm sorry I didn't see it.
Why'd you donate?
Hey. Hey.
Back to work.
Oh, okay. We should grab a pizza or something if I get enough donations. How far is it? What'd you say? Oh.
Oh, but you don't like McDonald's, do you?
I'm in the middle with it. I know you love McDonald's. You want to eat, meat, feed. I screwed it up, I'm sorry. Why does he want to eat it until he dies? I thought the point is living. Thank you, NC Ebola.
Is that maladjusted?
Oh, neato. Oh. Whoa! Says that when he grabs a tree, he's really scared that someone put a tree in front of him. Whoa! You actually kinda depend on donations. Kinda. Kinda. It's been food money. When I record stuff, I only get Uber covered, and I usually don't even get covered until like the end of the month. Hey, I usually don't do so good the first time running up here. Grab this. Whoops. Come on. There we go.
Here we go!
Yeah, I barely have money. I don't really have income after, since last year. Well, even the last job, like actual job when I was working for a game company, I didn't even get paid. They were supposed to pay, but they didn't pay anything. So, yeah. Go figure. Is picking up stars like that a speedrunning thing? Yes. Yes, it is. I'd say this is one of the best games you could probably speedrun just because of everything you can do in it. It's crazy how many shortcuts you can take in this game. Going down here. I don't think I did red coins yet, did I? Have you ever thought about drawing for cash? No, because I don't draw very often, and I don't think I'm good enough to do that. Also, I'm used to doing art like what I posted, because whenever I was doing anything visual in terms of graphic design for like games, it typically was like that. Because when I was hopping into all of it, it was like, I don't remember. I was pretty young when I was first oh, okay, see you later, Mario. I was first getting into doing like game design stuff. I actually was starting out pretty early, so I got familiar with just drawing stuff in paint. F-Zero GX is a good game, period. That's absolutely correct. F-Zero GX is probably one of the best racing games of all time. If not the best. It's very, very good. You can draw commissions of furries peeing in each other's mouths. No thanks. That's alright. Farewell, Mario. Never see him again. Where did you learn? Why do people say that? People don't really learn from somewhere to draw. You just kind of pick up on it by doing it a lot. Oh wait, I almost went the wrong way. That could have been death. Goodness it wasn't. Wow. You like Melee? I sure do. I've streamed it in the past. I like it a whole bunch. Did you not take the shortcut more than once? I guess not.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, no, I like Melee a lot. I still would prefer playing, like, specific 2D fighters over it. I forgot how much I loved King of Fighters 98. I used to play that like every single day when I got home from school when I was younger. Because there was a net play lobby that I always would just go on. This was like 2002, 2003 I was doing that. And I remember when it was a big deal that King of Fighters 2000, you could emulate that and play it online. So people were always playing 2000. 2003 was also, that was a huge deal when that started working on emulators. Although, I stopped, even back then, I don't know why I was able to pick up on it, despite being really young, but, I don't really like King of Fighters after it was SNK Playmore. I really liked, 97, I guess, was when I would say the series started becoming, like, actually, I shouldn't say playable, but, like, it was getting good depth behind it. It was becoming a pretty solid game. 98 is by far the best King of Fighters game. I know people will bring up 2002. 2002, the original 2002 is really sloppy and kind of put together without much thought. People say it's pretty balanced out, but not really. It's kind of a mess. Oh, that was stupid of me, wasn't it?
Mamma mia!
98, though, is just a solid game overall. It feels great. Also, really smart ideas. The fact that there's a version of Rugal in there, a non-boss version of him, so he's actually balanced. I like things like that. Like, that was a good idea. Although, of course, whenever you played it online, everybody's just picking boss versions of characters anyways, so go figure. Oh my god, that was the most common thing you would see, is if you played it online, people would just do Omega Rugal. And if someone just picked Omega Rugal, you just think to yourself, okay, fuck it, I'm not doing this. Because they didn't want to play an actual game. If you pay on PayPal, your real name shows up on the bill. That's not actually my information, so don't worry. It's not my address either. It's all invalid, so don't worry about it. That was tied to the Best Gamers account, which is why that information's on it. Oh fuck, whoa, Jesus! What was that? Ralph or Clark? I'd have to go with Ralph. I like Clark, but I think Ralph is just a lot more fun to use. He has a much more charming-er voice. Oh my god, Aaron completely fucking caught me off guard with that when we played. I forgot that, in 98, I think I said this before, I don't remember what it's called when you do it, but you have like a mode you can put yourself into when you start flashing, and you get, powered up versions of your super moves. And I forgot that Ralph's one move, the one where he charges up for a really long time, but it's unblockable once it goes off and it does a ton of damage. I forgot that if you do the alternate version of it, you can't actually hit him out of it. Like, the first hit doesn't do anything. He just gets invincibility, not invincibility, but he gets like super armor while doing it. So it actually becomes a useful move. I completely forgot about that, so Aaron baited me into doing that. I forgot all about it. I really want to play 98 again. God, I miss playing 98. It might just be because, like, I'm nostalgic for it a little bit. But it's also just a really solid game anyways. It moves really quick, it has a really good roster. Also, King of Fighters, just so many of the characters in it have really unique playstyles. The really nice thing about it. It's also not really like super combo focused or anything, just because emphasis is just more on finding openings and being quick. Fights go by really fast. There are combos, obviously, but it's all really, really precise inputs you have to make to do them. That's always been like SNK's thing. I hate these bugs flying in here. Where have I not gotten clones yet? No, Aaron likes Street Fighter, but he prefers King of Fighters. When I was younger, I think I was that way. I think I preferred SNK over Capcom. But over time now, depends on which game. Street Fighter 3 is up there for me as like a favorite. Can you consistently do the pretzel motion? Absolutely not. Here's a fun fact. Because I was so used to playing King of Fighters online when I was younger, I actually prefer playing fighting games with a keyboard, which makes it sound like, oh fuck, you must be awful at it. I can't explain it though. I can pull off half circles without, like, I could probably do it in an 8-frame window pretty consistently. That was stupid of me. I can do half circles in like an 8-frame window on the keyboard consistently every single time. It's a really easy motion for me, but if I play with an actual stick or I'm on like a D-pad, I'll probably goof it up half the time. Also, double tapping is just easier for me on keyboard because it's an actual... You have 2 keys in specific, you can just tap twice as opposed to having to smack a whole joystick over. So, I was actually thinking about doing that for Guilty Gear when it came to PlayStation 4. I was thinking maybe I should look into some way of setting up a keyboard for it. Because that's something I like to do in fighting games in general. I just like moving quickly in them to psych people out. That was like the big thing for me in Guilty Gear, was doing that, was just dashing all over the place. That's part of why I like Guilty Gear, it just moves really quick. But also the combo system, I like how it works. I think I mentioned this before too. Guilty Gear I feel like is a step forward for 2D fighting games. People put it down a lot just because they're loyal to a franchise. But I'm not. I like fighting games in general. I'm not really loyal to anyone. I play whatever I think is good. You're not really limited in terms of movement in Guilty Gear. So you can still zone people out in it, but they can get more creative about how they establish zoning characters because you have options for movement. You have to account for a lot more. It's not just you throwing a projectile forward to take up space. But on top of that, Roman canceling is a really, really smart idea, and I'm not sure why more games don't do something like that. I guess because most games are already unbalanced, so they can't do something like that. The guard system is really smart, because it is punishing players for blocking too much, but at the same time, it's only if they finally get hit. Game's a bit too loud, is it? Alright, sorry. In my opinion, Blaze Blue was not as balanced as Guilty Gear. I haven't played the later ones. I remember I played the very first one, and I saw the IGN review where the guy was saying, like, it's probably one of the most balanced fighters of all time. I know there's only about 8 characters in it, but they're all really balanced, and I played it, and fuck no. Are you kidding me? The first Blaze Blue was a mess. It wasn't balanced in the slightest. Tears were all over the place, and also, half the characters didn't take any effort to use. They were just a fucking clusterfuck to deal with, and were horrible. Lots of setups for unblockables. That game was a mess. And then of course the boss character happens to just be one of the best characters in the game, because they didn't even make an effort towards really balancing her out. It doesn't feel as good as a Guilty Gear either, just because the movement is so slowed down. Everyone feels so heavy and so stiff and unresponsive by comparison to Guilty Gear, where you get to really be quick about your movement. You feel like you're in control at all times. Alright, just make the shot. There we go, Mario. What kind of music do you like? Oh. Oh yeah, they did. They did a review. IGN reviewed Street Fighter 4 and said it looked much better visually than King of Fighters 13. And that was mind-blowing because King of Fighters 13 has amazing sprites in it. I know some people say like, oh, the animations are kind of stiff. Not really. They're kind of dynamic in terms of like poses and everything because they're based off actual references. So it's also, there's much more there in terms of frames of animation than something like BlazBlue because, yeah, BlazBlue is high definition sprites, larger scale than King of Fighters. But Arc System Works is guilty of this with every single game they do. Animations in that are limited to like 3 to 4 frames for attacks. Not necessarily a bad thing, in fact it makes it easier to recognize and read animations coming out because you recognize keyframes better. But still, the King of Fighters looks great, so it's seeing that get put down like that when so much more effort obviously went into his art, that's it was always really depressing to see. I'll say that though, oh my god, the new Guilty Gear looks amazing visually. There's nothing really like it. It's gorgeous. And of course that game is now not getting the recognition it deserves, which is really fucked up to me. BlazBlue got like, I think 9.5 from IGN, and then the new Guilty Gear, I think, got like an 8.5? It's like, what the fuck happened? You're gonna praise this one game that's a shitty, slowed down, dumbed down, unbalanced mess with barely anyone in the character roster? You're gonna say that's higher than a really polished up game like the new Guilty Gear? Oh well, whatever. It's IGN, who give a heck? I recommend going back and playing through it. It's a weird thing to say because it's a fighting game. I wouldn't say you necessarily play through fighting games, but the new Guilty Gear, if I'm gonna recommend any recent fighting game to get into, I'd say that's it. The new Guilty Gear is great. Very close to the originals too. It's not like a big turnaround like Street Fighter took, or King of Fighters, or any of that. It's not drastically changing itself and also trying to broaden its appeal to get new players into it. It stayed pretty true to where Accent Core had left off, which was like the most balanced games that they had done. They did drop a couple of features, which was disappointing, but most changes to make it easier to play, I don't have any issue with. They added an input buffer, which for the speed of Guilty Gear, I have no problem with that. I don't have issues with turning a 1-frame window for a combo into a 3-frame window. Because people already just come up with tricks anyways to do 1-frame links. That's why you have plinking. People have to try to find holes in the game's code to be able to pull off things like that. I know reliable inputs, god, I keep messing up this angle. I know reliable inputs are part of fighting games, you need to get good at execution, but 1-frame windows in general are a ridiculous expectation, and people are rarely ever going to attempt that, if ever. They're not going to really attempt 1-frame links if they're true 1-frame links. If there's tricks to it, like plinking, they'll go for it, because that broadens the window to like a 3-frame one. Because you're slapping through multiple inputs trying to get it off. But you are not going to get people consistently pulling off. This goes for like speedruns too. People don't do 1-frame windows reliably no matter what. You're not going to get people doing that. That was weird. So, I have no issues with input buffering. This goes for any game. Input buffering is a plus for me. I feel like games shouldn't exactly limit you anyways in terms of movement. If you press jump a frame before you land on the ground, you should still jump when you hit the ground. The game knew what you were trying to do, and should let you do it. Who do you main in Melee? I don't think you want to know. I use Jigglypuff. People usually aren't thrilled about, but at the same time, I don't know. I see a lot less of that being done successfully in the competitive scene. Hungrybox is like the only one really. I mean, he's responsible for why that character moved up the tiers as much as they did. That's just because he's so good at reading his opponents. You can get a lot out of that character if you know what you're doing, and you can read who you're fighting. But compared to like Fox or Falco, they're obviously near the top of that game. Giving anyone a move that has immediate startup time, and then also like 2 frames of invincibility at the start, and you can chain it into itself and everything. It reflects things. I swear to God, that Shining is just one of the best things in Melee in general. It's just such a good move to have. If you gave that move to anybody, they would climb the tier list. Fuck the stage. Well, I'm also just not really paying attention. I've been looking at the chat. Kind of just goofing around. So that's a nice thing about this game. It's a good goof-off game. You just kind of screw around in it. Oops. Fuck you. Mango made Puff relevant, right? I forget who did. But Jigglypuff was, I think way back was just either mid or high tier. And then I think it was Mango. People were getting to see a lot that you could actually get out of the character. How did you come with the handle DingDong, seeing as you used to be Skeeter? Well, Skeeter was a joke name, it wasn't even meant to stick to begin with, it's because I was streaming with them. Someone just said it during a stream. DingDong was the name I had on Skype, which is... everybody just ended up saying it anyways, like... that was what Corey kept referring to me as, so I just stuck to it. I just type in dumb names for everything. I don't think Jigglypuff was low tier in Melee. I remember Jigglypuff being at least like mid tier. But that was what happened, was people realized you could get so much out of the character. Crazy air game. Being able to just lift people off the stage and kill them in one go. Because of Wall of Pain and everything. Rest combos. A lot of reasons. But at the same time, very low startup on a lot of moves. You have to find openings. You can't just pressure somebody exactly. Your way of pressuring is doing lots of bears, and that's kind of it. That's not true, I guess. The drill pick can be useful too. There's tools, but not very good ones. Gets outclassed by most of the characters at the top just because of their sheer speed by comparison. But that's... if you're gonna get the most out of that character, that's how you're gonna have to do it, is by being good at reading your opponent. one of the biggest components. If you can space yourself properly and read your opponent, that's how you're gonna win fights. I always like the open arena fighting style in Def Jam Vendetta. I remember actually liking Def Jam Vendetta a lot when I was younger, when I first played it. I kind of want to go back to it. I haven't played it since I was younger. It'd be fun to see again. Yeah, that's why I use Jigglypuff. I like how the movement feels. It's fun being around It's fun hopping around and moving around quickly in the air like that. Oh, alright. Well, we gotta figure out how to get up there. Did I already use the... Because last time I tried to use the little warp down here, it didn't even go off the second time. No, I guess that was a bug that didn't work the one time. Alright. Oh! Slow down, Mario. Okay, never mind. Where's the red coin star? Isn't it up there? Okay. See you later. Did you fight Mario? Oh, that's alright. What am I doing? It's so easy to get up there. I went the wrong way. I forgot completely you can get in through the back. Yahoo! Yahoo! Long jumps sure are fun. Okay, settle down, settle down. That wasn't a double jump. Pick up some speed first. There we go. There we go. That's the stuff. Is Melee your favorite? Out of the Smash Brothers series, yeah. I remember I saw some video that was trying to say, like, here's why Melee is broken and unbalanced. And it's like, yeah, no kidding. No one was claiming otherwise. It's always been broken and unbalanced. In fact, most fighting games are broken and unbalanced and just take some time to figure it out. And because Melee's had a dedicated scene for such a long time, yeah, it's not exactly a high-functioning game. Part of the reason it's so good is because of a lot of that. It wasn't all intentional design, it's just you can get so much mileage out of it and potentially make most characters viable in it. I forgot the way you're actually supposed to do this. Oh. Well, goddamn. I remember the one time I was streaming this trying to get the star. It took me forever to remember how to make the head go in the body. But, God, yeah, Melee is a broken game. There's obviously some balance issues with it, but at the same time, most of those games are not really going to function at a competitive level to begin with. Melee was a really happy accident with a lot of its design. It wasn't really intended that you can do the things you can do in it, but because of those things you can get a lot out of it and make characters more functional than they should be. And that doesn't go for later games. Also, the later games, despite having more characters, they sure love to just keep some of them at the bottom. Smash 4 They really don't care about Ganondorf and Zelda, do they? They never want to do anything to improve them, even though they know they're rock bottom. Because they've been doing balance patches, and they're not even bothering with most characters. All they're doing is nerfing those that are higher up. Which, by the way, that's the lamest way you can try to rebalance a game, is just nerfing and not buffing anyone. Be doing a little bit of both, but mostly be doing buffs for characters, not just nerfs. But also just things they've done mechanically since Melee have done things to ruin certain characters, like it's not as bad in Smash 4 as it was in Brawl, but there were so many characters that could fly and glide in Brawl, and also just how floaty the game was in general because of how slowed down movement and gravity and everything was. It made it a lot more difficult to knock people off the stage and keep them off the bottom, although at least there was ledge guarding in that. There isn't even ledge guarding anymore, so no one is ever going to really die from falling off the bottom of the stage. You always are going to be killing them typically from the sides. Unless you can get a spike on them, it's rare to see people get kept off the stage. And also, the new games are unbalanced in ways where it's not exactly a good thing. There isn't as many opportunities for a lot of things in the new games because they've tried to streamline and simplify them a lot more. It's sad to see something like L canceling go, because that was intentional design. That was a feature since the beginning that the team wanted. There is like spite towards the community and players coming from the guys working on the games now, which is too bad. If you have fun like playing Brawl and Smash 4 though, by all means go right ahead. I have no issues with that, but don't try to convince yourself that somehow they're more sound in terms of mechanics and that you can get a lot more out of them, because you really can't. That was part of what made Melee and why people enjoyed it so much, was just you had kind of free reign over it and just the speeds it moved at. That was the excitement behind it too. It's like if you took Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and you have the speed on it, people wouldn't be as interested in watching that anymore. It wouldn't be as fun. That's one of the biggest appeals to something like Play. It just moves so fast, it's fun to watch. It's really entertaining, and it just feels good too because there's a huge input buffer window on most things in it. So you're allowed to move at a fast pace. The game wants you to. It encourages it. But anyone I ever hear whining about Melee saying like, oh, it's broken, it's bad, they try to kind of ignore that with the newer games because every Smash Brothers game typically is buggy and broken. Brawl was the worst about it. Brawl was a fucking train wreck because they took out everything that was making it work in Melee. They took all that out and just shit on everything. And the bugs that came from that were to the point that you just couldn't even do certain things in it. Like, you had to outright ban certain things because of how broken it got. There's obviously issues with that in Melee, which is why some stages are banned in it, because you can take advantage of them in bad ways. But Brawl is to the point that, for example, Meta Knight, it was, you could stall out as him because you could have him disappear forever with his one move. That was a bug. Chain grabbing was at its absolute worst, and you could just keep it going forever. If I'm gonna complain about a bug that's in Melee that I don't like, it'd be wobbling. That's the only one I really take a huge issue with, because that's just you infinitely grabbing someone and getting a free kill off of it, and I don't like that about it. But guess what, you can do that in Brawl too. To the point that also, Brawl's character balance. I remember that was the thing I saw in the Melee video, was that they said, like, only half of these characters are viable. Okay. And in a game like Brawl, you're only going to see 3 or 4 ever picked in competitive play, to the point that your top tier character has been banned in tournaments because of how unbalanced he is. You see a lot more of the character, the whole character roster in Melee, like it's not very big, but you see a lot more of them being used competitively by comparison to something like that, where almost no one is viable outside of the top few characters just because of how unbalanced they are. It's better when a game has more of its roster being taken advantage of than seeing a game with 50 characters but only 2 of them are useful. But I think that's why there's so much of a complaint about that too. The fighting game scene hates Smash Brothers to begin with. I think it's undermining fighting games as a whole. And on top of that, people who like Smash Brothers hate people who like Melee just because, oh, it's the older game and has less characters. I like the new one because it's made it a lot more simple and easier for me to play, and I don't want to feel like I'm playing a more simplified game. I want to feel like I'm playing the one that matters. It's usually unwarranted hatred. Complaints towards it could easily apply to the other games and be cranked up to a much worse level than what you're seeing in Melee. Like I said, if you're gonna complain that Melee's broken, go fucking look at Brawl and come back to me and tell me how Melee's so much worse and so much more of a mess. Smash 4, at least to its credit, they've been trying to do balance patches, but then at the same time, you still are seeing very few characters outside of a certain pool being picked. Also, there's a reason why one person keeps winning your tournaments for it, and you're not seeing many other people overtaking him. He's a king of cheesing out the game, which is why he was so good at Brawl, and it's why he's so good at something like fucking Smash 4. That's why he can't even handle something like Melee. Melee, it really is dangerous ever leaving the stage in Melee. I know people don't like things like ledge guarding and everything, but it was a big part of the game, and it's why something like that doesn't work as well in it. You're gonna have a much harder time stalling out a fight in Melee than you are in something like Brawl. Also, that's your big highlight to show off the new Smash Brothers game. They decided to have that tournament, and your final fight for the tournament is one guy killing the other person and then just running away for the rest of the fight for 5 minutes to win it. That's what you're building hype off of. That's your scene for it now, because that's the game you designed. When you're removing every risk that prevents that kind of thing, that's what you're gonna get. Like I said, I don't really have hatred towards... I do, I guess, towards Brawl. I really don't like Brawl, but Smash 4, I don't exactly hate it. It's fun in its own kind of way, but if you're gonna say, like, which game is mechanically more sound and you get more out of it, I would still say Melee. People are still figuring out things with Melee to this day and getting more out of it. I remember no one thought Yoshi was viable, and now there's a Japanese player who's figured out all these tricks with him and has bumped him up there. There's always something that people will figure out with it to get more mileage out of a character. So you're seeing more of that roster move its way up. And because of just the speed of that game, things are moving at a rate that you can't exactly read them as they happen. And because of that, it means you can fake people out, and it means you can make more of the roster viable just because attacks that they're doing are coming out at a rate that you're not going to be able to anticipate it. It's just about predicting the other person and trying to either bait them or pressure them. That's why you could probably potentially see more of that character roster seeing use compared to something like the later games. Smash 64 competitive seemed dead. I think it might still have people playing it. Those are kind of fun to watch in their own way just because fights in that go very, very quick because you can just combo off everything in Smash 64. So I think they give you more stock than usual, and also it's best of 7. But it is fun watching it because people go crazy in that game. Just taking advantage of stages and juggling someone around. So it's fun in that kind of way. Keep missing this one. Watch the wing cap expire on me now. I still got it. But for a game like Smash Brothers, I feel like that's what you should be getting out of it anyways. It's a game where you have free movement like that, so I feel like you should make the most of it. Give people options for movement, make it something where you can go crazy, and do stuff like you can anyway. The fact that they've been trying to streamline it and simplify it so much, so you don't really get much out of it anymore. You don't have that many options available to you. I get why you're doing it because it's meant to be like a fun game you play with friends and everything. I get all of that. It's just at the same time, if you want a game that still feels more satisfying overall, I remember that was the thing. When Brawl came out, I remember all my friends, just everybody I knew from high school was lining up to get it. Like, they were there the night of its release. Everyone was so fucking excited. Everyone was playing Melee prior to, like, getting hyped up for it. Everyone got the game. At the end of the day, nobody wanted to play it anymore, and everyone that I knew fell back into Melee, like, a week later, and we were just playing Melee again. When you do something like that to a game, it just makes it less enjoyable overall. The point that even most people will recognize it, that it feels off. That happens with a lot of games too, where they'll say something like, you know, I don't know what it is, but the movement feels kind of off. And you know, if you end up in a spot like that, then you know you've screwed up. If you make those small, subtle changes, people might not pick up on it, like, oh, the acceleration for your movement is now 4 frames instead of 2. Like, if you do something like that in a game, people probably won't pick up on that. But it's why, for example, Mighty No. 9, I brought this up before, a lot of people complain about that one, saying, like, well, I don't know what it is, like, it seems like it plays alright, but something feels off about the movement, and that's because the movement is off. Mega Man, your acceleration time is, like, immediate. It's a 3-frame window, 4 frames? And then in something like Mighty No. 9, it's, what was it? Was it 18 frames? It's huge, like it's a huge, huge, huge window. So you don't feel like you have precise controls anymore. And when you pinpoint it like that, like it's easy to make complaints about it, but most people don't do that because they're not familiar with any of that. They're not making frame counts on that kind of thing. They're just casually playing it and saying like, I don't know what it is, but something's off. It doesn't feel exactly right. Something there's wrong. Well, that's what it is. And that was what happened when everyone switched over to Brawl from Melee. Everyone was just kind of like, something's odd about it. It obviously isn't moving as fast, but something else just kind of feels wrong with it. The other problem I had with Brawl was, because obviously like that's a big thing, everyone complains about the speed of it and how unbalanced it is. I would look past all of that and just play it for like funsies if it weren't for the fact that the items in the game fucking suck. If you used items in Melee, they had a lot of really fun ones that were just there for the sake of being goofy. Like you had I miss the parasol. I miss having just jumping off cliffs with an umbrella and floating down. It was really fun doing that at Hyrule Temple. There were a lot of fun items in something like Melee, and a lot of them didn't impact the fight too heavily. And then Brawl, every single item in the game turned into a one-hit kill item. To the point that even the fan, of all things, the fucking fan, you can trap someone and kill them off of it. But, oh, I forgot to get this one. I don't know. When you start designing a game around that idea, that you're going to now spite your fans because you don't want them playing it a certain way, I think you're already going wrong. People like your game for a specific reason. If you're gonna try to make it something that it isn't, I mean, obviously that wasn't meant to be the focus. It wasn't meant to be like a tournament game anyways, but there were so many things that worked there for both people who took it seriously and people who didn't, that it was a good blend. So if you're gonna start stripping all of that away from it and try to turn it less and less into what people liked about it, people just aren't going to like it. Of course, now people like also playing devil's advocate for this kind of thing, so you'll have people writing articles about why tripping is a good idea. The fucking Destructoid article was something. What's his? I don't even remember his name. I remember he posted. He was trying to guilt trip one of the guys before, saying like, you know, what's going on? Sorry, the roommate is screaming in his room right now, and I don't know why. But he was going on and on about how someone he knew was faced with bodily harm for being a writer in games, and like I was wondering what happened. I was like, what the? Oh Jesus, what happened? Because I've never heard of anyone actually being harmed for writing for video games. And then it turns out nothing happened. They were never hurt. Nothing happened to them. He was saying his definition of bodily harm is different than everyone else's. Or not even everyone else's, mine specifically. He's trying to act like I was wrong for asking about it. But he said that someone said something mean to them on the internet, and that equates to bodily harm, because maybe potentially they could get hurt. Maybe? If someone says you're an idiot, I don't think you're gonna get killed by that person. Or if someone even just says, I disagree with you, I don't think they're gonna kill you in real life. But that was what he was exaggerating, to the point of saying that they were met with bodily harm, and that their life was endangered, and that was fucking ridiculous. Jonathan Holmes, that's his name. He's a writer for Destructoid. After I saw that, it was like, okay, I'm not gonna even give you benefit of the doubt here. You are someone who just completely preys on people's emotions like this. You're someone who manipulates. You don't give a shit about anything. And surely enough, he wrote an article months later about how tripping in Brawl is a brilliant design decision, and how people who don't like it are moron stupidos, because, listen, I don't have time, I'm an adult, even though these games aren't really designed with me in mind. These are supposed to be games for kids anyways. And also, on top of that, people who want to get into these games are going to dedicate the time, so they shouldn't just be winning off the bat. But listen, I don't have the time to play these games. I want to win. And giving an option to just screw somebody over for no reason helps me, the person who doesn't want to actually play the game. So it's a good thing. That was the whole argument. And it was clickbait at its finest. I don't think there's any reasonable way you can defend a mechanic like that. You are purely playing devil's advocate if you're doing that and trying to look like you're a real thinking man, because you're taking the stance that isn't popular on the subject. People do that often, anyways, because it gets clicks. It does get clicks. You bait people into clicking it, because it's like, what? How the fuck could anyone, honest to God, think this? And guess what? They don't. They don't actually think that. That's why they write an article about it. They want you to click on it. because they know they're saying something stupid. It's like that one article saying, why is it No Man's Sky and not No Woman's Sky? I'm not going to support this game. If you honestly think somebody believed that as they were writing it, something's wrong with you. No. It's meant to be a stupid headline to get you clicking on it. What's scarier are people who actually think that's genuine, and not only think it's genuine, but agree with it. That's when something's wrong. Like how Pokemon Go is against black people because statistically, something, crimes in areas, police officers, you're gonna get shot for holding your phone. Say that about anything. Say that about Angry Birds too, then. Just an easy way to get some clicks out of people. Because it's so absurd and so stupid that people are going to be interested in clicking on it. I'm really bad at grabbing these guys because they spin around you. Here's the coin I didn't get. I think I got the 100 coin star here, didn't I? No, I didn't actually. Is that the air conditioner or is that Cullen? Let's get this bomb boy out. But to anyone thinking a lot of those stories are genuine, they're not. And please, please don't buy into any of that. If you sincerely think people are this stupid, you'll be happy to know that no, most people aren't. People who write for these websites just do this shit because they know it's what's hot right now and it'll get people clicking on it. That's why you'll still see people... Destructoid is seriously like one of the most guilty offenders I've seen of clickbaiting, outside of like Kotaku. It's why you'll see them, for example, posting articles about tropes versus women in video games still, when absolutely everyone has stopped caring about that series. No one has talked about it for probably... I don't know, 2 years, but they will still do articles about it. And not only will they do articles, they'll preface it with, oh, we're anticipating a really negative comment section off this one. Don't fight too hard, guys. And it's like, yeah, okay. I wonder why you posted this. They had an article saying that Gay Gamer Convention was going to overtake PAX, and then when you click on the article and actually read it, at no point do they say why it's going to, they just say, well, PAX is showing no signs of actually slowing down. In fact, it's the most popular gaming convention right now. But, there's always a possibility, who knows? That's it. That's all the story was. Got you clicking though, huh? And it seemed like there's actually going to be a point to it, huh? It's fucked up that this is also just where the industry's at, that these are the people writing about it. But I guess it's because it's video games. This is the audience. It's a really easy audience to manipulate and take advantage of. Just for geek culture in general. I'm pretty sure they're aware of that. It's a star, I'm not gonna grab that. Grab all of these, it's gonna take a while. Float, Mario. Things go in waves anyways, this is kind of where culture's at, and then we're gonna have Trump for president, and everyone's gonna turn around and actually be upset about something relevant. Not too much was happening this presidency, so what do we get to complain about then? I think that's part of it. I think there was not enough going on, like, legitimately political that had people interested or caring much, so this was to make up for all of it. If we get to a point that things are going to be improving at all, people aren't as concerned, they'll just find their own things to then start getting upset about. We have to keep moving forward, there's got to be something. So, this is where I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot less of people complaining about frivolous bullshit like this on the internet after this election. We'll just see people complaining about actual politics. Maybe have another American Idiot album. That'll probably happen. We'll get another Green Day album. What the fuck is he screaming at? But the point I'm just trying to make is that everything goes in cycles. This is... What's weird about it this time around is that this is the kind of stuff you were hearing outside of the game industry. People complaining about this kind of thing, games being offensive. It was politicians trying to take advantage of gaming, usually, because it was a relatively unknown thing at the time, so it had people worried and afraid of it. But now the manipulation's on the other end, because I guess people recognize, like, geek culture is very malleable, you can take advantage of it, get people on your side, just act like you're doing it under the front of something good. So I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting people within the game industry complaining about games being too violent now, and that we need to censor ourselves. That part I couldn't have seen coming, but that's how things go. Things work in cycles. We have this going right now just because I'll just slip out of it and realize how stupid this was. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping people are going to regret how stupid they were acting about these kinds of things a few years from now. It's also just been an excuse for a lot of people to bully each other. Sorry. But I can't reach it. I gotta get more speed. No, I can't, and I go. Now we're gonna get the star. Except I forgot where it was. Oh boy. That camera at work. Oh, it's right there. The other thing that's a little bit awkward about this game, coin star appears where you grab the last coin. Don't fuck it up like this. You're really unhappy with yourself. Did my voice actually drop again? Why? Over 1,000 people refunded Revolution 60. Okay. What's wrong with that? We're guilty of that. We got a refund on it. We played it for exactly an hour and we got a refund on it. Also, the version we got didn't work. Oh, there it is. It wasn't rendering the star because of its distance, but now I see it. We got the special edition Revolution 60 because you're supposed to get bonus content, but then there was no bonus content at any point. From what I read, it was supposed to have the endings available for you to just watch, which we were going to do because we didn't want to sit through it. Oh well. Oh my god, I was so close. Also, tell me if you hear the roommate in the back go. That's what his voice sounds like. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna get this. Maybe I'm not. I shouldn't have set the star up here. Don't run out. Oh. We can't hear shit. Okay. Well, that's good at least. He's yelling in the other room, but I also have noise canceling on, so hopefully you won't hear him. Put your roommate on, he deserves a chance. Okay. Last time he was on, people thought he was just Max Landis because of what he was talking about and how he talked. He kinda is. There we go, got it.
Here we go!
So we got all these. We have all of these? Sure do. I skipped a stage. People like this stage, I'm not too wild about it. It has good music. The stage has good music. I don't even know why it's called Revolution 60. I was getting depressed seeing people in the comments saying, like, you know, the gameplay, the combat in Revolution 60 actually looks pretty good. No. I think it's at a point that Mega Man Battle Network happened so long ago that people don't even remember that it existed or what it was. You never played Mega Man Battle Network, and you think the combat in Revolution 60 looks real fun and interesting? Just go play that. It's a much better game. I'll tell you this, there's no delay time on your movements. Or firing, you don't have to wait 3 full seconds to fire your stupid fucking gun. There he is. I gotta find which one's the right one. There you go, you're the right one. Give me the good stuff. You the right one? You're the right one. Give me the good one. Oh, baby. And then I gotta be really quick. Okay. Skip all of this if you just swim right up here. Here we go. Neato.
Here we go!
Have you played either of the Mario 3D World / Land games? I played 3D Land and I got really, really bored by it because of how easy it was. I didn't get too far in it because I got bored. I think I got to the 3rd world and I stopped. So, I can't speak too much about it because I didn't actually finish it. I didn't get to play World at all, though. I really wanted to try it because I was watching people play it and it looked a lot more interesting. But I never got to play it. But, I think there's only one more Revolution 60 video. We didn't play it that long. I'll say this though, I was getting really disappointed with Chris just killing himself over and over again. Because it's hard to criticize a game and say it's shit if you're gonna do that. Revolution 60 is shit. It's bad. Every aspect of it is bad. But you're making part of it look good if you're going to not even bother playing it the right way. Also, I think that's the only difference between difficulties is they do more damage to you if you play on the hardest. That's it. I always hate when games do that for their hard mode. It's just, oh, you take more damage. Part of the reason I have to delay the game we've been working on is because I want to have hard mode, like a hard mode in every game I work on, but I don't want to do it that's just things having their health scaled up. The hard mode in our game, it's... because there's 5 levels normally, but then there's 5 more levels for hard mode, and they're all completely different layouts. Everything's totally different, they look different, they have different music. So it's essentially just new levels, but they're much harder. And that's the kind of thing I'd want to do. I prefer stuff like that. Like, I liked how Sonic Adventure 2, it's weird I'm giving this a compliment, but Sonic Adventure 2 had hard mode missions. Even though a lot of them were bullshit and unfair, I like the idea of that. That you have alternate versions of your stages that are laid out completely different so they can be more challenging, as opposed to just making things kill you quicker. Why don't you just add hard mode as an update? The reason the game's getting delayed is because there's more than enough that's going to hold it back. It would take 2 more months to release it if we were going bare minimum. But there was a lot we wanted to do, and I don't want to cut. So it's getting held back a full year. Be worth it. I'm really disappointed I have to do it, but at the same time I realize it's for the better good that I do it. No, the Sonic Adventure 2 hard mode layouts were pretty bad for the most part. A couple were interesting, but point is I like the idea of that. I don't like how they executed it. I like the idea that they at least did that. That instead of just making enemies stronger or swapping some enemies around, it actually changes the level layout, removes platforms, or removes either removing platforms, moving a platform to a different location, stuff like that. They actually did things, which is cool. I can get behind the idea of that, even if they didn't do a good job. At least that's a fresh take on it. It's a good idea. Like I said, if I work on stuff in the future, plus this game we're working on now, that's how I want to go about doing it. I want to have hard modes that are actual hard modes, new level layouts, new everything. This is like you're playing a different game. Also, the fun part about doing that is I don't need to design it around playtesters in mind. It means I can just go crazy with it and design it based around game mechanics and just what could be the most challenging. Because I always like when games do that, when they have challenges available to you to do, but they actually push the game to like its limits. You need to be familiar with every little aspect of it to be able to pull it off. It's always a nice thing when game developers recognize what their game engine's capable of and how they can push it to its limits. But these blue cones. I think there's a way to actually swim up and get that star. I don't remember how to do it, but I think there is a way to bypass being blown off from the thing. So you just grab it. Oh, this guy's a fucker, isn't he? Forgot about that. Are there coins I missed elsewhere? Do I have to go to where he is? Oh, God, someone brought up Ching Chong Beautiful. I actually like that game a lot. It was one of the few Flash games I really enjoyed. I remember I was talking to Swain about it, and he didn't seem as thrilled about it, but I actually like that game a lot. And yeah, its hard mode was actually hard. I think they designed the hard mode first, was the idea, and then they went downwards from there. And I like that. I can get behind that. That's essentially what's ending up happening for this game that I'm working on right now, is just do your own level layouts, design them the way you want, see how people respond to those, and then do dumbed down versions of them, and keep scaling them back from test audiences to get an idea of what people would be able to reasonably play through. And then that's the normal mode. And then everything that I had originally can just stick as the hard mode.
Here we go!
Yeah, that's usually what like rhythm games, for example, do. Although that's different, obviously, because that's just charts for notes. But that's usually how they design difficulties with those in mind. They lay out the hard mode chart, which is just the actual song, and then they dumb it down for the easier difficulties, so they just go one by one with them. But like I was saying, a lot of games don't do hard modes like that. They don't usually scale levels or anything, they just increase damage values, or give you less lives or something. People don't usually commit to actually making a hard mode hard. Fighting games, at least it's like the AI improving, but even then, it gets to a point of them just reading your inputs. Like that's what Mortal Kombat was guilty of doing.
Here we go!
But then you can also have the lazy option of what Clay Fighter did, and if you put it on hard mode. I guess that's more interesting to me, though. As bad as it was, it's interesting. Clay Fighter, if you put it on hard mode, they actually changed the special moves of your opponents. So not only are they doing more damage rather than improving their AI, but their moves become like broken fucking messes. So instead of throwing one fireball at you, they throw like 20 at you at one time. And from chip damage alone, they could kill you. But at the same time, that's kind of interesting that they changed their moves for the sake of playing it on hard. Come on out. Here's the secret. Oh, I got it wrong actually. I screwed it up. There's a way to get the camera stuck on the wall so it clips through it, and you can just watch the star as it comes out.
Here we go!
You just have to swim up there and turn around. Oh boy.
Let's go!